quite dangerous from my perspective. So I would be remiss not to bring up the story out of Oklahoma. It is a story that I read as a workplace violence story, but I want to play just a little bit of the sound from the press conference that followed a gentleman who beheaded a woman in the context of his having been fired. Then he goes back to the plant. He stabs several people. One of the women, her head is severed. But then this gets said at the conference. So let's just listen for a moment.
After conducting interviews with co-workers of Nolan, information was obtained that he recently started trying to convert some of his co-workers to the Muslim religion.
Oh, welcome to Gimme 5, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa Harris Perry and her whole entire panel. This is outrageous to them that this Muslim convert who beheaded someone, tried to behead another person, had been trying to convert people to radical Islam at work and got fired for it, and has on his Facebook page all kinds of praise for Osama bin Laden and jihad. That anybody would bring religion into this or Islam into this. That's just so far-fetched. Wow. Here's Dean Abdallah.
And now this is somehow about Islam.
It's it. And you know what's funny? Just so it's clear for everyone, there's nothing in the Quran that says if you get fired, go back to your workplace and kill people.
No.
So I want everyone to know that. They're out there like, is that? No, it's not in the Quran.
You know, to make jokes out of this, I know he's a political comedian, but this isn't funny. This obviously was done for religious purposes. Obviously. His method of killing, his Facebook page, his fanaticism, his converting. The whole thing. And they're mocking this. At least Melissa Harris Perry is mocking it, at least to this point, because she disagrees with it. But then they're making jokes about it. Here's more.
You know, anything that's bad, a bad crime, I don't know about you, but please don't let them be Muslim. That's all I think, please. So this guy's name wasn't Muslim, then I read he converted, and I knew instantly it will be used. I mean, it's a gruesome crime. You have to, for the family of the woman who was killed. But the idea to turn this into, and we're seeing right-wing media use this, continuing the narrative, look, Muslims are here in America, they're committing jihad. The man just converted last year. There was over 500 workplace killings last year. We don't know about the religion of any of those murderers. When someone is Muslim, he's a terrorist. Right.
That's right. We don't know the religion of any of the workplace violence. If he says there were 500, I have no idea. Let's take him at his word. I wonder if Dean Abdallah and panel would say that Fort Hood was workplace violence, as the government has classified it. This is an outrage. To say there are 500 workplace violences this year or last year, and we don't know the religion of any of them, that's because they don't kill in the name of their religion. That's because on their Facebook page it didn't say, I'm killing for the Lord, I'm killing for Jesus, I'm killing because I'm a Jew. No. This guy was a fan of Osama bin Laden. He was a fan of radical Islam. He tried to convert people. He beheaded his victim. If it smells and walks and runs and quacks like a whatever, you know the expression. Here's more.
Right, the idea that that is the relevant piece of information. So, I mean, it may be that some ideology, right-wing, left-wing, is taking this, but you know, at that moment in that press conference, I don't think someone is like representing right-wing ideology. They literally just believe, right? And I think this to me is the most. That there's a belief that at the core, this is something like. So he also probably had breakfast that morning, but we don't think any of those things are relevant. But we do think that his conversion, his jailhouse conversion, by the way, is what's relevant.
He had breakfast this morning. Why isn't that relevant? But why is it relevant that he's a Muslim convert who's a fan of Osama? They don't mention his Facebook page. Notice? They don't mention his website or whatever it was. They don't mention his postings. They don't mention he wanted to convert his fellow employees. They don't mention any of that because they're all full of baloney. And they know it. And if this wasn't so sad and frightening, it would be hysterical. Now, you want more disrespect about the whole beheading? Watch.
I think it's the biggest problem is that there should be a cultural paradigm shift in which it's not okay to create that linkage immediately. Exactly. We already know that it's not okay to equate all white men with school shootings. We can't do that. It's not okay.
Right.
And so
because it just doesn't even happen in anyone's mind. This doesn't even occur.
Exactly. Yeah. But we have gone on and on and on creating this linkage between Muslims and violence, and we need to have a counter narrative, and we don't. So what we need, and that's what we're trying to do.
Muslims are funny.
Muslims are funny. That's the new stereotype. Pass it around. Muslims are hilarious.
Yeah, Muslims are hilarious. That's the new stereotype. We're talking about a woman being beheaded. Sick stuff.